I mean, dude, I would be a trillionaire if I can tell you what's in the mind of Candace Owens.
I can tell you, and I don't even need to be a trillionaire. I don't even need to be a trillionaire. Here it is. You ready? Here it is. A big screen, big screen. Candace Owens hates God. There. 4 words. Candace Owens hates God. There you go. 4 words. That's the problem. Everything else is a byproduct of the fact that she hates God. That's it. I solved all the world's problems. Brandon, you can become a trillionaire, I guess.
I really don't know. Candace has historically been such a good friend of mine. I love her to death. She's always been very kind and sweet to me. Over the years, we started Blexit together. I have never in my life had a problem with Candace Owens. And I think to this day,
even to the point that she just called your church a false church. Remember that? She just called your Dream City Church a false church. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Okay. I'm just saying. And anybody that respects Israel, she hates them or she thinks that they're co-opted. Okay. I'm just wondering, like, how does this work out? I don't know how it plays out. I'm gonna back up this little smidgen. Make sure we get a running start. Let's go.
Classic old school. The Jews are controlling and can do pornography, and the Talmud is full of wanting to rule. What's going on?
I mean, dude, I would be a trillionaire if I can tell you what's in the mind of Candace Owens. I really don't know. Candace has historically been such a good friend of mine. I love her to death. She's always been very kind and sweet to me. Over the years, we started Blexit together. I have never in my life had a problem with Candace Owens. And I think to this day, I still don't have a problem with her. I just don't like the stuff that she say. And I think that she's incorrect about a lot of things she say. And I bet you $1 million she think the same about me. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I'm just giving you a very basic understanding of my history with Candace. We were both Democrats. We woke up in 2016, right around Trump's election. We became really good friends in 2018. We started a nonprofit together. We've been working together ever since. I have been on her shows, every show that she's ever had, every opportunity she's ever had, I've been afforded the same opportunity, right? Meaning she put me on. She supported me. I support her. It has been that way since I knew her in 2017, I think is when I actually met her. We became really good friends in 2018. And I don't know what the actual change, why the actual change occurred. And I haven't talked to her about it in all honesty, which at some point I think I need to sit down and we can have a conversation because I don't understand what the change is. I have been like this the whole time. I've been like this. I have not changed on my positions. I have become more enlightened about Israel because I went to Israel.
But see, that's the problem. He literally is making it about Israel. There are a ton of other problems with Candace Owens. And the fact that he just said that he hasn't talked to her, but he said in other instances that he has, I don't even know what's going on anymore. I'm sorry. I have no idea because you're doing all of this, sir. That $300,000 check that you gave to Erica Kirk and her family at Amerifest while your friend that you rock with and all this stuff is attacking Erica Kirk. I don't know how you make that a smart move. I don't know how that works.
I love the Daily Wire. I did. You know, they were very good to Candace. When I used to be jealous, right? I go to her set and they got 45 people working with Candace. She in a trailer getting makeup. Miss Owens. I mean, they treated her like she was a god. And they were very good to her from my perspective. You know, obviously they had to part their ways and she disagreed. And that's when I was pretty much upset with Ben Shapiro because I didn't like the way it happened. But now I understand a little more of on the business side of it, why that needed to happen. But
so, okay. Yeah, y'all, I'm sorry. Brandon Tatum is double-minded. I'm sorry. He's just double-minded. There's no other way around it. I hate that for him because he has such a big platform. But what he says, man, he is a fence rider, I think people said. He's double-minded. He has his foot in both camps. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I don't understand where his logic is coming from. And yeah, I don't even get it. And I'm not saying that you can't be friends with somebody. That's not what I'm saying. So don't hear what I didn't say. It's just what he's saying just doesn't comport with what we see as reality. And like, what Well, help me understand this, because what you're saying, if you love Daily Wire, you think they're so great, and if she left from there with all of that vitriol toward Daily Wire, what happened? Where's the disconnect? Same thing with Dennis Prager. She had some terrible things to say about Dennis Prager. And you said that you've been on all of her sets. So you were there when she was at Turning Point. You were there at PragerU. You're there at the Daily Wire. Why has she not had you on her set now? She runs her own show. Why has she not had you on there? That should be a question. The only person that's taking shots is you, Brandon. Candace isn't taking these shots. Candace isn't saying, Brandon Tatum is my brother. I love him. I'll never betray him, blah, blah, blah. You're the only one doing it, sir. She's not doing that for you. She dogging your church out. She calling your church a false church. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out where does the mutuality of this relationship, because it seems like you're giving everything, she's giving nothing. Maybe I'm going crazy. I don't know. Let's get done.
So all of that, right? Working with a Zionist organization, working with PragerU, and then working with probably the biggest known Jew in America, probably one of the top, working with them, and then to all of a sudden, all of that being antithetical to what she believed, which is, I would love to sit down and talk to her about it, because I'm confused about it. I don't see how it happens that way. I don't know if the conversion of Catholicism.
What's stopping you from doing that? I don't know. This is weird to me. I don't know. Maybe I don't understand friends. Because my friends, I could call them right now and say, hey, let's get together. And especially if they're here in town, let's just meet downtown for breakfast tomorrow. Let's meet over here for coffee. Like, I don't understand this relationship that it sounds like you can't just pick up the phone and call her. If you're going to take all these arrows and say that she's your sister and blah, 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 we ride or die, then you can't pick the phone up. Like, explain. I don't understand how that works. Like, if y'all are rocking like that, then you need to be able to pick the phone up. And if you are not rocking like that, then maybe you should stop calling her your sister. Everybody I call my brother, I can pick up the phone and call them. And if I don't call them and they don't call me back, then that's what it is. This is a weird interview. I'm sorry, y'all.
Catholicism, the sect of Catholicism has that belief about Israel. I'm just not really sure.
Actually, funny. It's funny you said, because one thing I actually want to start saying more on the record is that there's been all these theories about her husband, George, who I actually know a lot more than Candace. And there's these theories that because he's a Catholic and, you know, he's the one that maybe he had certain strands of Catholicism that led him down this route. I would like to have it known on the record that I haven't spoken so much to George recently, but when the accusations first started, and they were a bit unfair actually about Candace and anti-Semitism before they actually got really bad, he was heartbroken by that. And he expressed to me a deep, burning love for Israel, for Zionism, for the Jewish people. And like, that's the only side of George that I saw. And it also wouldn't make sense to me that George was the one that, you know, pushed Candace down this dark path. So I just kind of feel like it's important to say that.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like, I can only go off.
You know, because I have found evidence that Candace was not a Christian when she worked at Turning Point. And I think that might have been part of the reason, one of the reasons why Charlie Kirk kept her at like arm's length. Candace Owens wasn't a believer when she, matter of fact, during the Joe Rogan interview, whenever that Joe Rogan interview was, she was still talking about working at Turning Point. And she tells Joe Rogan in very clear, very plain language that she is not a Christian. So, but there's the timeline, you know, Candace likes to talk about. The timeline is looking real weird, because if she wasn't a believer, when did she actually become a Christian to become a Catholic? I'm just wondering, because I don't think any of that, I don't think any of it happened, truth be told. My little 2 cents, I don't think any of it happened. So, like, why is she a Catholic? If her husband isn't the catalyst for her becoming a Catholic, why is she a Catholic then? How did she become a Catholic? Because the story that they told is that he was the one that converted her. But now let this guy tell the story. George was heartbroken. See, this doesn't make sense. I know you liked that episode. This is actually a clip from a larger live stream. The link is down in the description, so you can go check it out. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you down there. Grace and peace.